Hello, my design enthusiasts, and welcome back to the channel. Have you ever flipped through a glossy magazine or scrolled through a designer's portfolio and felt that ache, that desire for a home that feels luxurious, curated, and undeniably expensive? What if I told you that achieving that high-end look has very little to do with your bank account and everything to do with knowing a few insider secrets? Over the next 20 points, we are pulling back the curtain. We're going to transform your space using strategy, not splurging. This is all about smart, intentional design choices that scream luxury without the shocking price tag. So, if you're ready to elevate your everyday, you are in the right place. Make sure you subscribe and hit that like button so you don't miss a single one of these transformative secrets. Let's begin. The first and most powerful secret is to start with a monochromatic color scheme for your large surfaces. I'm talking about your walls, your large area rug, and your primary upholstery pieces like the sofa. Choose shades of the same color family, think creamy off-whites, soft greys, or tranquil tones of gray. This creates an instant backdrop of sophistication and calm, eliminating visual chaos. When your base is serene and unified, every element you layer on top, from art to accessories, looks more intentional and, therefore, more expensive. It's the designer equivalent of a little black dress. It's timeless, elegant, and the perfect foundation for any statement you wish to make. Never, ever underestimate the power of paint. It is the single most cost-effective tool in your design arsenal. And I'm not just talking about walls. To add instant architectural interest and depth, paint your interior doors, window trim, and baseboards in a high-gloss version of your wall color or a contrasting, dramatic hue. High gloss reflects light in a way that mimics custom millwork. Take it a step further and paint an accent wall, or even the ceiling, to draw the eye upward. A fresh, cohesive paint job in a modern, neutral tone makes everything in the room look newer and more carefully considered. Luxury is, at its core, about space and breathing room. The most expensive homes in the world are not filled to the brim with knickknacks, they are carefully edited. Embrace a less is more philosophy. Go through your rooms with a critical eye and remove anything that isn't beautiful, functional, or deeply meaningful to you. This act of curation is free, but it pays the highest dividends. Clear countertops, tidy shelves, and open floor space signal a calm, organized mind and are the hallmark of a truly refined interior. It's about showcasing your favorite pieces, not hiding them in a crowd. Harsh, single-source overhead lighting is the enemy of a cozy, expensive-feeling space. Designers always layer their lighting. This means incorporating at least 3 sources of light at different heights in every room. Start with ambient light, your overhead, but perhaps on a dimmer, add task lighting, a beautiful floor lamp next to a reading chair, and finish with accent lighting, picture lights over art or small table lamps on a console. Using warm white bulbs in all your fixtures creates a unified, flattering glow that makes every color and texture in your room look richer and more inviting. A monochromatic base can risk feeling flat if not handled correctly. The secret to bringing it to life is a masterful play of textures. Think of how a cashmere throw feels against a sleek leather sofa, or a nubby jute rug underfoot contrasts with a smooth, polished concrete side table. Introduce woven baskets, velvet pillows, raw wood, polished metal, and glossy ceramics. This tactile variation is what our eyes perceive as depth and complexity. It's a subtle, non-colorful way to add immense visual weight and a sensory experience that feels incredibly luxurious and thoughtfully composed. This is one of the biggest tricks in the book, and it's all about illusion. Instead of hanging your curtain rod right at the top of the window frame, install it as close to the ceiling as possible and extend it at least 6 inches wider than the window on each side. Then, choose drapery panels that gracefully kiss the floor or pool just slightly. This simple act of going high and wide makes your windows appear dramatically larger and grander, drawing the eye upward to emphasize the height of your room. Always opt for linen look fabrics and avoid short, flimsy panels. Just as the right piece of jewelry can complete an outfit, new hardware can completely transform a piece of furniture or a room. Those builder-grade cabinet pulls in your kitchen and bathroom are costing you style points. Swapping them out for unique, statement-making knobs and pulls in a finish like matte black, brushed brass, or aged bronze is an incredibly easy and affordable weekend project. Don't stop at cabinets, update the hardware on your dressers, side tables, and even your closet doors. This personalized touch signals a home that has been attended to in every detail. When styling shelves, coffee tables, or console tables, designers rarely use even numbers of items. Groupings of 3 or other odd numbers are more dynamic, memorable, and visually pleasing to the human eye. But it's not just about the number, it's about the composition. Create a triangle with your items: one tall object, a vase, one medium object, a stack of books, and one smaller, textural object, a small sculptural piece. This creates a sense of balance and hierarchy that feels collected and artistic, rather than just a random assortment of stuff. Ditch the small, mass-produced posters with their thin, flimsy frames. The key to luxurious wall art is scale and presence. One large, impactful piece is far more effective than a cluster of small ones. You don't have to buy an original masterpiece. Look for large-scale art prints from independent artists on Etsy and have them professionally framed in a simple, substantial frame. Alternatively, create a gallery wall with a cohesive theme, like all black and white photos in identical frames. Art should feel personal and commanding, not like an afterthought. Our brains are hardwired to find symmetry pleasing and calming. It's a classic design principle that instantly makes a space feel orderly, balanced, and intentional. You can apply this almost anywhere. Flank your sofa with 2 identical side tables and lamps. Place 2 matching armchairs opposite your sofa. Style your mantelpiece with a pair of identical vases or candlesticks. This doesn't mean your room has to be perfectly sterile. You can balance the symmetry with asymmetric accessories, but the foundational furniture layout should feel anchored and stable. Your sofa is a massive visual anchor in your living room, and updating its look with high-quality pillows is a secret weapon. The key is in the luxe factor. Avoid cheap, polyester-filled pillows that go flat. Instead, invest in good inserts one size larger than your covers, so a 22 by 22 insert in a 20 by 20 cover, for a plump, overstuffed look that invites you to sink in. Then, choose covers in a mix of premium-feeling fabrics like velvet, linen, and faux fur. This combination of superior fill and tactile fabric makes all the difference. A strategically placed mirror is a powerful tool for making a space feel larger, brighter, and more open. They bounce natural light around the room, effectively doubling it. But don't just hang a small mirror in a dark corner. Choose a large, well-framed mirror and place it opposite or adjacent to a window to maximize the light reflection. An oversized leaning floor mirror can also add tremendous drama and a sense of grandeur to a room. Look for mirrors with interesting frames that act as a piece of art in themselves. Books are not just for reading, they are one of the most underrated decor elements. A collection of books adds color, texture, and a sense of intellectual warmth and lived-in charm to a space. Style them stacked horizontally on a coffee table with a decorative object on top, or vertically bookend on a shelf. Don't be afraid to remove the dust jackets from hardcovers to reveal the more uniform, often more beautiful, cloth bindings beneath. They add a rich, textural, and personal element that no generic decor item can replicate. Nothing makes a home feel more alive and cared for than healthy, thriving plants. They add a vibrant pop of color, soft organic shapes that contrast with hard furniture, and they literally clean the air. Invest in a few statement-making, low-maintenance plants like a fiddle leaf fig, a snake plant, or a large monstera. Place them in beautiful, natural fiber pots like woven baskets or simple terracotta. Even a simple bunch of fresh eucalyptus in a vase in the bathroom can add a spa-like, luxurious touch. Many homes, especially newer builds, lack architectural detail. But you can add it inexpensively with DIY trim work. Adding a simple picture rail or a sleek, modern shiplap accent wall can completely transform a plain box of a room. Pre-made trim and molding are available at any home improvement store, and with a little paint, you can create the illusion of custom, built-in character. This detail gives your walls depth and shadow lines, a feature found in every traditionally expensive home, and it's a project that boasts a huge return on investment. Even if you have less than ideal flooring beneath, a large, well-chosen area rug can anchor the entire room and create a zone of luxury. The biggest mistake people make is buying a rug that's too small. Ensure your rug is large enough that at least the front legs of all your seating furniture can rest on it. This unifies the space and makes it feel larger. Choose natural fibers like jute, wool, or sisal for a timeless, textured look, or a low-pile synthetic with a classic pattern for durability and style. Luxury is a multi-sensory experience, and scent is powerfully linked to memory and emotion. An expensive-looking home also smells curated. Ditch the synthetic, overpowering air fresheners. Invest in a high-quality reed diffuser with a complex, neutral scent like linen, teakwood, or white tea and place it in your entryway. Or, use a consistent scent in a candle throughout your main living areas. This invisible layer of design makes your home feel polished, clean, and thoughtfully managed, leaving a lasting impression on everyone who visits. A touch of metal can elevate a space from flat to fabulous. The key is to choose one or two metallic finishes and repeat them throughout the room to create cohesion. For example, use brushed brass for your lamp bases, picture frames, and a small decorative object. Then, perhaps introduce a contrasting metal, like polished chrome, in smaller doses. This repetition creates a thread that ties the room together. Avoid using too many different finishes, as that can look chaotic and unintentional rather than curated. you don't need to fill your room with expensive furniture. Instead, invest in one hero or statement piece per room and build around it with more budget-friendly finds. This could be an architecturally interesting armchair, a vintage wooden console table with great bones, or a stunning, unique light fixture. This piece becomes the focal point, carrying the style narrative for the entire space. Everything else can be simpler, but that one piece elevates the perception of the whole room, making it look collected and designed, not just furnished. The final, and perhaps most important secret, is to constantly edit. After you've styled a shelf or arranged a coffee table, take a step back, take a photo with your phone. This gives you a new perspective, and see what feels off. Is there one too many items? Is the balance wrong? Designers are ruthless editors. They add, but they also subtract. Liven the space for a few days and see how it feels. The goal is a space where everything feels necessary and beautiful, with no excess to dilute the impact. And there you have it, 20 designer secrets to transform your home into a sanctuary of style, without the staggering expense. Remember, creating a home that looks expensive is not about wealth, it's about wisdom. It's about making intentional choices, from the way you hang your curtains to the way you layer your lighting. Each of these small, strategic changes adds up to create a powerful, cohesive, and utterly luxurious whole. You have the power to create a home that not only looks beautiful but feels uniquely and authentically you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these secrets are you most excited to try first? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more design wisdom every week. Until next time, design fearlessly.